Right now, inside the walls of your home, there's a quiet battle going on. It's this constant conflict you might not actually see, but you can definitely feel the effects.
So what is this hidden struggle? What's this invisible force that your home's most important systems are pushing back against day in and day out? Well, for so many of us, the answer is the environment right outside the front door. It's a daily war between our home's comfort and the local climate. And you know what? In some places, that battle is way more intense than you'd ever guess.
To really get a handle on this, we're going to zoom in on a fascinating case study, a place called Thornton, Colorado. It's a spot where the environment puts home comfort systems through one of the absolute toughest stress tests in the entire country.
So first up, let's explore this climate challenge. What exactly are these systems up against that makes this particular region so demanding?
And believe it or not, it all starts with altitude. Thornton sits at 5,351 feet. That's over a mile high. And this isn't just a cool fact. It completely changes the physics of how you heat and cool a house. See, at that elevation, the air is roughly 17% less dense than it is down at sea level. Now, that might not sound like a huge deal, but trust me, that one little fact has a massive impact on your HVAC system. Because the air is thinner, right? So each cubic foot of it carries less heat. That means your furnace or your air conditioner has to physically move more air and just run longer to get the same temperature change you'd get super easily at sea level. It's kind of like trying to run a race at high altitude. It is just plain harder.
Then you've got the next huge challenge, these wild temperature swings. It is not at all uncommon for the temperature to drop to near freezing overnight and then shoot up into the 90s by the afternoon. A 60-degree swing like that, it forces a system to go from full-on heating mode to full-on cooling mode in a single day, putting an incredible amount of stress on every single component.
But wait, there's more. The region's super low humidity dries out all the rubber seals and gaskets, which can lead to nasty refrigerant leaks. All the dust from the area clogs up filters and coils, basically choking the system's airflow. All of this just creates constant cycling, which wears everything out way faster than it would in a milder climate.
So, with the climate just beating up on your system like this, what happens when things really start to break down? Let's take a look at the common consequences homeowners start to see. Okay, these are the red flags. You might see your AC coils literally covered in a block of ice on a hot summer day. Or maybe your furnace just kicks on and off, without ever really warming the house. That's called short cycling. You could notice really weak airflow, or even worse, your utility bills go through the roof, but you're still not comfortable.
And this is probably one of the most frustrating symptoms of all: uneven temperatures. Your upstairs is a good 10 degrees hotter than your downstairs, which just stays freezing cold. Or in the winter, the living room feels like a sauna, but the bedroom never seems to get enough heat. This isn't just you being picky. It's a huge sign your system is really struggling. All of this leads to that one big, expensive question that pretty much every homeowner faces eventually. When your system finally gives up, do you repair it or do you replace it?
And look, this can be a really tough spot to be in. Your house is uncomfortable, you're staring down a potentially huge expense. How do you make a smart, strategic decision instead of just an emotional one in the moment?
Well, there's a fantastic little guideline that a lot of pros use called the $5,000 rule. It's a super simple calculation. You just take the age of your system in years and multiply it by what the repair is going to cost you.
Let's walk through an example. So let's say you've got a 12-year-old air conditioner and the repair is quoted at $500. Okay, you multiply 12 years times $500 and you get $6,000. Since that number is more than $5,000, the rule suggests that replacement is probably the smarter long-term investment. You're just likely to keep sinking money into an old, failing unit.
And that rule really makes sense when you look at the lifespan of this equipment. In a harsh climate like Thornton's, things just don't last as long. A heat pump, which runs all year, might only get you 10 to 14 years. An AC unit, maybe 12 to 15. So that 12-year-old system from our example, yeah, it's already getting pretty close to the end of its expected life anyway.
And here's the absolute key. Replacement isn't just an expense, it is an investment. A new, high-efficiency unit can slash your energy bills by a massive 20 to 40%. That kind of savings really helps offset the upfront cost over time, making it a way more attractive option.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? What's the universal lesson we can all pull from the challenges folks face in Thornton?
You know, this quote from our source material just says it all perfectly. Your system is in a constant daily fight with its environment. And because of that, being proactive, doing regular maintenance, it isn't optional. It's absolutely essential, especially in these more demanding climates.
Ultimately, this is not just about Colorado. Whether you live somewhere with crazy high humidity, salty air from the coast, extreme heat, or bone-chilling cold, the lesson is exactly the same. Taking the time to understand the specific challenges of your local climate is the #1 key to keeping a healthy, efficient, and comfortable home.
So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. Your HVAC system is really the unsung hero of your home's comfort. What unique climate battle is it fighting for you every single day?